If you're wondering whether your SEO efforts for your website are paying off, an easy way to figure this out is to simply compare yourself to a lot of your competitors. And there are many ways you can do this, but one of the easiest ways is finding what's called their sitemap. And we're going to talk about real quickly a couple ways that you can actually find the sitemap of your competitors for free, by the way. It takes less than 5 minutes to get these pulled up, and we're going to talk about, like I said, a couple ways that you can pull up a sitemap. First and foremost, for those of you that are newer to just SEO, because I know a lot of my viewers are pest control business owners, service business owners, things of that nature, and you're like me and you're just managing everything yourself, trying to keep your costs low in-house. What is a sitemap? A sitemap is pretty much how it sounds. It's just a map of your overall website. Sometimes you'll have a couple of sitemaps within your sitemap, if that makes sense. So you have your total sitemap, but then you'll also have your page sitemap, testimonials, FAQs, whatever different types of categories that you may have within your website. On WordPress is super easy to figure out using a tool like Rank Math, which is what we use for our website. The main one for us, for example, is our page sitemap. If we go to the back end here, you'll actually see, we have 129 different URLs under that. But I just wanted to give you guys just a quick kind of overview of what it is for those of you, again, that are relatively new to SEO and just wondering what the heck is a sitemap, how can it benefit me. Pretty much what we're going to end up finding out is all of these different pages for your competitors. So how do we do this? I have an example pulled up of one of my competitors that I, definitely admire. They're a bigger company in my area. I'm always like looking at what they do, because you don't need to try to recreate the wheel as a business owner. You just need to figure out what your competitors, your most successful competitors that is, are doing, and just simply mimic them. Now, I'm not saying copy their content word for word or anything crazy like that, but if you see that they're posting, say, 10 blog articles a week or per month or whatever the case may be, you probably want to match that or better. You don't need to try to, do all these crazy hacks or anything like that. Don't try to recreate the wheel. Just figure out what they're doing. And like I said, just mimic that and add your own little spin on top of it. That's just going to make it that much better. So what we're going to start out by doing is just entering in the main page. And then what we're going to do is we're going to leave that / there. And then you can already see where I actually typed in the end of it here. You're going to type in sitemap.xml. Now, this can be different depending on the website. Like this one, for example, looks different than mine, right? This is what mine looks like because we use Rank Math. I have no idea who they are using. This is actually a different company here. I have no idea who they're using for theirs, but this is what their sitemap looks like. So you can actually see the last date that it was modified, or in a lot of cases published for that matter. And then you can figure out, okay, what is the actual structure? Are they using silo structure? Are they just simply throwing out blog posts? Whatever the case may be, you can see here they just have homepage, and then probably just a service page, to be honest, because a lot of companies do this. We'll have our homepage, and then we'll have our header, which usually has some navigation tabs like services, service locations, things of that nature. This is probably a page just underneath of their service pages. But if you keep scrolling down, you can actually see all of these different pages. And the whole point of seeing this is one, how are they structuring their website? And then two, you can find a lot of blog content ideas. You can go and see again how often are they posting? Are they posting every day? Are they updating their pages every day? Are they updating them every week, every month? A lot of it's going to be surprising to you guys. Like one thing that I see here, what do we see? Homepage, and then we see their service location page. And then what do we always talk about here? Creating actual service pages underneath of your service location page, doing the silo structure like we talk about. So again, how does this break down? You have the home page, then you have the drop down of service locations that we service, and then under that you have supporting content that supports that page to get that page to rank higher. Because if you just have this page by itself, can it rank? Sure. If it's in a lower competitive area, your website's been around for years, decades in some cases, but a lot of times you're going to need some supporting content, and in a lot of cases at least 10, 20, maybe even 100, depending on just how competitive your area is. So again, you'll have some ideas of one, just how to structure your website, but also what are different blog articles that they're putting out. Like, look at all these different pages that this company has. Like, this is just an insane amount of web pages, right? So you can see why anytime I type in pest control, just about any service area, what do we see? We scroll down a little bit, and then what do we see? Boom, they're number 2 on the list. What's another location that they service? Plano, Texas, I believe. Let's do pest control, Plano, Texas. Let's see, scroll down a little bit. Well, there they are right there. And then if we scroll down a little bit more, number 2 again. What's another location that they service? Rowlett, I believe. So if we scroll down a little bit for pest control Rowlett, looky there, they're number 1. So you can see how all of these pages. Now, is every single page under Rowlett, Texas? Absolutely not. Is under Plano, Texas? Absolutely not. But the fact that they continue to just put out this blog content, look at this, Plano. Where's another one? The Woodlands. Woodlands is towards the Houston, Texas area, Katy, Texas. Now, it is interesting to me how a lot of this content here is actually under a blog. So they weren't always doing silo structured content, but because they used enough keywords to let Google know, hey, we're talking about Dallas, we're talking about Plano, we're talking about all these different areas. As long as they're linking to that content, that's still going to help them link into like their service location pages. That's going to help them regardless. But you can see here just so much content. Another example I have pulled up here is another company that's doing pretty good, safepropest.com. For them, we had to type in / sitemaps. We had to put an S. And speaking of which, let me go ahead and shout out this article from SEO Crawl. I don't know these people whatsoever. This is my first time even hopping on their website, but they actually published a whole blog article about, just how sitemaps look and the different types of ways that you can actually find all of these sitemaps. So I'll try to remember to link it in the description box, just link it down in the description of the article, that is. That way, if you guys want to reference this, that way, if you want to spy on one of your competitors and you're having an issue pulling up their sitemap, you can use this as a reference guide just to try all, because, I've had some where I haven't been able to find the sitemap. And then once I pulled up this article, I was able to find the sitemap within like a minute or two. Like I said, this doesn't take any work at all. I mean, we can go ahead and go back on the Safe Pro one here just to show you guys an example. So again, we're in one of their service location pages, their Plano, Texas page. What we'll do is we'll just backspace out of that, and then we type in sitemap.xml. It's either going to be sitemap or sitemaps. I forget which one it is for them. So here we go. Sitemap is all we had to do. It auto-corrected to sitemaps automatically, so that was nice for us. So you could go in and look at their posts, different categories, videos, page. I'm interested in the pages at first, because if they're silo structuring the content properly, that's where most of the content is going to be. So you can see here they have all their service location pages, but oddly enough, most of their pages are actually in the post sitemap. And again, like I said, not everyone does silo structured content, but at the end of the day, as long as you're linking it properly, that's what matters the most. Silo structure just kind of, as it sounds, it's just a structure of the website. It makes it easier for Google. So what do we see here? They have 138 URLs under this. So all of this is just quote unquote supporting topical content. Look at all these pages: Frisco, Texas, Frisco, Texas, Frisco, Texas, everything. Do you think they want to rank in Frisco, Texas? Well, let's take a look at where they're ranking right now. Pest control Frisco, Texas. So if we type in pest control Frisco, Texas, we scroll down just a little bit, boom, right there, obviously helping their Google business profile quite a bit. And then again, if we scroll down just a little bit, so we have Massey, that's number 1, and then boom, number 2, looky there. So do not underestimate the power of what is called topical authority. If you guys want me to do a whole video about topical authority in the future, just let me know down in the comments down below. Good chance I'll probably do it for you guys anyways, but never underestimate just the power of topical authority. Look how many pages this company has dedicated to just Frisco, Texas. And to give you guys an idea, like Frisco, Texas, I mean, it is a good size suburb in the Dallas, Texas area. A lot of people know it because that's like kind of known as Jerry's World, essentially. The owner of the Dallas Cowboys owns a lot of the land out there, and it's blowing up like crazy. But, they are dedicating so much content to either Frisco or Plano, which is right up their alley. It's right where they're located, so it makes sense. But, here we go again, more Frisco pages back in April. One thing I do find interesting here is this company seems to post quite a bit of content in like 1 day spurts. Like they'll go through and update or post like, upwards of 10 to 30 new pages in a day. and then they'll take a break for, it can be upwards of a month in some cases. So it is interesting to see just how some of your competitors do things. Kind of like how I do, really. It's just when I have time, I'll sit there and pump out 5, 10, 15 articles at once. I actually did 2 today before doing this video. So, again, just do not underestimate this, guys. I cannot stress it enough. And just to give you guys a little pointer, again, going back to, mimicking what your competitors, I actually took a look at this page right here. It just got my attention, something about the whole 3 steps to effective pest control. One, I always like to see, what is the layout of my competitors' blog posts. One, I see their blog posts here. They're not overly, 1,000, 2,000 plus words like we hear from a lot of SEO experts. This company seems to keep theirs right around 500 to 1,000 words at the most. They have, of course, latest news and articles, some Google reviews. Call us now, still treating it to a degree like a landing page in terms of like, hey, this is who we are. If you need service, give us a call. We have our number up here, free estimate. So, what did I do? I'll show you guys an example of one that I did. So we have 3 signs that you need a pest control service in Plano, Texas. And doesn't it look pretty similar? One thing that I actually did different than them is I wanted to go ahead and put my contact form right here. That way, if we get someone's attention, they're like, oh, they service Plano, Texas, I want to get a quote, then they'll go ahead and have that there. Obviously, very important to internally link up with the silo structure, linking to the web page that you're wanting to support. In this case, this is our Plano, Texas page, of course, is the one that we're wanting to have this blog post supporting. So we made sure to internally link to that page. And then what do you see here? Very similar, right? Funny enough, we actually use the same exact tool for our reviews. They have the same one as we do right here. We go back to ours here. Same exact tool, it's just formatted a little bit differently. But, what do we see? We see overall pretty similar format. My blog posts are always a little bit more because, I always like to have at least around 1,000 words, if not more, for blog posts. It just gives you more opportunity to please Google and please that algorithm at the end of the day. But yeah, I made this entire page right here that you see in about 10 minutes. I literally just kind of, it's not the same as theirs. Theirs is what? 3 steps to effective pest control. I, kind of took and did my own. I put 3 signs that you need a pest control service in Plano, Texas. I plugged that into our chat GPT with the prompt that we use. This is the type of prompt that we use here, and we just kind of plug and play with it based on different types of blog posts that we're wanting. You can see here I said a blog article about 3 signs that you need a pest control service, and then giving ChatGPT context that's in Plano, Texas, what we want it to talk about. You guys know all that stuff if you use ChatGPT. Again, if you want me to do a video in detail about this, let me know in the description or in the comments, that is, and I'll do a video about this as well for you guys. But the whole point of this video was just to bring to your attention that, like, a lot of these pages you wouldn't be able to just find by doing search into your competitors, right? If you just go to their overall website, if we go into their website right here, let's go to their homepage. We'll just start from the homepage overall. You're not going to really find any of this content anywhere because why? Because like we all know, this isn't necessarily content that we really plan on very many people seeing at all. It's just more so for Google, for the algorithm, for Google to see that, like, okay, this company, this website talks a lot about this subject, therefore we need to go ahead and rank them. That's the whole game of what's called topical authority. When you show that, hey, we've got 100 pieces of blog content about pest control related subjects in Frisco, Texas, in Plano, Texas, or whatever area you may be servicing and wanting to rank in, and you have all this content, videos, blogs, all this different type of content around that subject, Google is going to reward you, assuming that it's not just bad content, right? It has to be good content that's not plagiarized or just completely bot written, which is funny because, like you guys seen, I actually produced this entire article with ChatGPT, a bot, but then whenever I put it into this tool that we use, if I can find it here, we use this tool called Serper SEO. Just started using it here about a week ago, actually. When I used their little plagiarism tool, it came back 0% plagiarized, no, AI stuff, anything like that whatsoever. It checked out very good. And as you can see, we have a score of 82 out of 100, which is very, very good overall. So I'm very interested to see how this article helps us out. But again, back to the whole point of the video, it's very hard to find any of these different blogs. Like, sure, you could scroll through every single blog post of your competitor if you wanted to, or you can just simply go into their XML file, their sitemap, and you can just find everything that you need to know right there. Like I said, you can find more than enough information. You can find when it was last posted or updated, how they're structuring their links and all that good stuff. Everything that you need to know to, just like we said, you don't need to rewrite the wheel, guys. You just need to figure out what the winners are doing and duplicate what the winners are doing, and then just make it that much better. So hopefully this quick video about how to spy on your competition's website will help you guys, just help your SEO efforts that much better. Like I said, I know that a lot of you guys who are already like SEO experts probably already know this type of information, because this is kind of 101 SEO, like basics. But like I said, I know a lot of my viewers specifically are service-based business owners that really don't know a lot about the whole technicalities of the website and all of the back end work that has to go into it. Most companies, when we first start up our service businesses, I'm speaking from my own experience here when I say most of us just go and buy one of these basic cookie cutter websites. They charge us a couple hundred or sometimes less, $50 to $100 a month for basic website. And then we wonder why we're not getting any traction on our website, why our Google Search Console is showing that our rankings are horrible, like we're in the 70s or 60s or 80s or hundreds even, whatever the case may be, why we're not getting any traction on our website. But when you actually dive in and you see, oh, my website is a one-page website where we don't even have service pages, location pages, we just have one homepage, and all the information is on that one homepage, where we have competition with 100, 200, 1,000 plus pages. Do you really think that your website that has one page or 5 pages or 20 pages even is going to outrank some of these sites that are doing 100, 200, 300, or 1,000 plus different web pages over their lifespan? Absolutely not. So, at the end of the day, the knowledge, you have the knowledge now you got to go apply it. I don't want you guys to think that you need to just go and just throw out 100 blog posts and that's what's going to get you to rank, because that's absolutely not the case. It's a marathon, not a race. What you should be aiming for, in my opinion, is at least 1 to 2 blog posts a week, ideally. Of course, those of you that are service business owners specifically like me, you're probably not gonna have a lot of time to do that. I always just suggest, taking 1 day a week. And if you can pump out 1 to 5 in a week, then, you're doing pretty good. Like, take advantage of the time that you have. If you don't think you have time, then shut the damn TV off. Do whatever you got to do to get this stuff done, because at the end of the day, your competitors are going to keep chugging along regardless if you are or not. So I can't stress it enough. You have the information. Go apply it. Go build your business. If you're new to me, by the way, and wonder who the heck is this guy, and you're still watching at this point, my name is Griffin Thomas. I own a pest control company, as I'm sure you could have figured out by now. Preferred Pest Management in the Dallas, Texas area. We've been in business for about 4 years now. And on my channel overall, I just document my overall business journey. And we're in the journey of growing this pest control business. I took it from 0 to 6 figures in 1 year. And a lot of people like to hear about that on YouTube, apparently. So I just keep talking about that over here. I have almost 1,000 videos on this channel, just helping you guys achieve financially by any means necessary. If you feel like any of this content helped you or will help you in the future, or I may have other content on here already that could help you, go ahead and subscribe, hit the bell icon, all that good stuff. And I'll be sure to link a video somewhere down here for you guys, a video or maybe a playlist or something of other videos that can help you out in the future as well.